Hello everyone, Professor Thompson here. Just wanted to send a second video message now and communicate a few things back to all of you. I've had a few questions based on the video that I posted yesterday and a few other concerns that I've kind of had to deal with in field. So I wanted to make sure I cleared a few things up. Keep the questions coming, keep the concerns coming. Let's take care of everything that you need to take care of, and you guys are going to be fine. Don't worry. First thing was, what really determines the end of a week? If you've looked at the video and then you've looked at all of the weekly tabs and how things have been adjusted, I don't necessarily have a specific deadline for the end of the week. That's okay. The weekly tabs are generated to pace you through the course. Each of the things within that tab are not necessarily due by Friday or Saturday or Sunday of that week. They're going to be due by December 15th. The completion or the whole is due by then. There's very few things that I actually have really hard set deadlines for. The first thing is the PRCA assessment. I have a hard deadline of 9/9, so September 9th on that document, but you can see that I have that clearly listed on the tab that you need to click on to take that. Once you've taken that, make sure you either send me a screenshot of your results, or, as a couple of you have done already, you've just written them down into an email and sent those results to me. But that has a hard deadline on it, and you can clearly see that. Each of the three presentations also have hard deadlines. Those are the three dates that were listed in My Access when you registered for the course, that you either need to be coming to campus to deliver the presentations face-to-face, or you need to be making arrangements to be doing those electronically, where you will video record those, meeting the IAI standards, the state standards for video submission, and then submitting to me those videos on those dates. So those speech days are hard deadlines as well. The modules and the quizzes I'm a little bit more flexible on. And so that really relates to this, like, what technically is the end of the week. I would not get caught up in the whole, like, what is the end of the week thing, and I'm not going to either. I would like to stress that when you look at how I set up the course, there's, I think, 2 chapters for the first week, 2 chapters for the second week, 2 chapters maybe for the third week. But I know that in the first couple weeks there was a few more chapters per week. And the reason why is because your first presentation is an informative presentation, and so is your second. And so it's really important that you're not only getting chapter 1, which is an introduction into the course, but then you're looking at chapters 11, 12, 13, 14, those informative speaking chapters that are the basis of what those first presentations are. So that is why it's important to read that. It prepares you, it gives you the knowledge and the information that I'm expecting you to then apply into your first 2 speeches. And so while we don't get together for about a month here, 3.5 weeks at this point, and those are the things, the material that you need to be reading to apply that first time we get together on 9/16. So make sure that you are taking that stuff into account, and while there's not a hard deadline to necessarily complete that during the week, I would really stress that if you're reading those chapters and completing those early modules in the first 3 weeks of the course, it is going to help make your presentations stronger, because you know what I am expecting in those first few speeches. So keep that in mind. I'm very personable, so and very flexible in getting back to you and addressing your concerns and trying to make everything as comfortable as possible. So please do not hesitate to contact me if there's something on your mind, there's something that you're thinking about for these first couple presentations. If there's a question about the reading, make sure that we're taking care of that early. Okay, so that's kind of the first question and questions, concerns that I began fielding. The second is, some of you are not able to get your books till Friday. Now, for some of you, it might be a financial aid piece. For some of you, it's just Friday is payday. And then for others of you, you ordered the book online, and then it still hasn't arrived yet. Okay? So again, just to stress, the book is this book right here, Communication Matters by Corey Floyd. You need to make sure that you've gotten the Connect Plus piece as well. Okay, so that Connect Plus piece, it's that code, is going to give you access so that you can take the modules, do the quizzes, all of that stuff online. And that's an important aspect of your overall grade and your overall score in the class. So definitely make sure that you're getting that Connect Plus piece. Now, if you just want to purchase just the Connect Plus piece, it would even decrease the amount that you spend, because you would have access to an online textbook if you're interested in just an online book, and then you would have the Connect Plus piece. You wouldn't have the physical textbook, but in this day and age with iPads and phones and stuff like that, some of you don't necessarily want a physical textbook. So it's all about, your cost, your expense, what you want to do, what you don't want to do for an online course. Some of you who are taking an online course for the first time, you may also want that physical textbook there and not just an online textbook. So, but by purchasing Connect Plus, it does give you access to an online book. Okay, so I think that really sums up some of the other questions and concerns that are streaming in at this point. I noticed that several of you have started posting your student introduction discussion board postings to introduce yourself, which is really good. There are a few things that you can definitely get started on if you don't have your textbook in week one. There's a video in that week one that you can watch and you can post your response to. There's the student introduction thing. I would also stress that you can look at the speech requirements for that first presentation and start to brainstorm what topics that you might want to be speaking on. You can even begin to select your topic if you want. One last final note for today. Feel free to work ahead if you want to work ahead. This is a course where I have everything open and everything available for you, so that if you're one of those people that feel strapped for time, that you are very good at planning things out and you work very quickly, I don't want to constrain you. You can definitely work ahead and complete modules that occur in future weeks. And similarly, because of the way I've structured my deadlines, you'll notice when you get to week 4, it's a fairly light week. And I think that's also the week where we give our presentation. But in addition to the presentation, one of the things I have in your weekly tab or your weekly checklist is catch up on maybe some of those modules and quizzes that might have got pushed aside during week 2 or week 3, so that you get back on pace if you procrastinated a little bit. So I'm really trying to make this a course in which you can be successful if life happens, right? Life happening meaning you have a lot of free time and you can work ahead a little bit, or life happening where you got really busy during one week and kids had to go to soccer or lacrosse or something like that, and you just didn't take a quiz, and you still have time to take that quiz. Okay? So again, have a great day. Hope these videos are helping clarify a few things. Again, keep the emails coming if there's something that I can do. I also would point out that on the syllabus where my office hours are listed, I have my Skype identification. And so during my office hours where I'm on campus for my face-to-face classes, I will have my Skype account open, so it would say online, and you'll see a little green icon. So if you want, you can always Skype into me during those office hours if you have questions or concerns as well. Email works fine too, but I'm just opening up all available means of communication. Okay? So everyone have a great day, take care, and we'll see y'all soon.